We'll get to the match in due course. To begin with, let's talk about the first 12 minutes. Possession statistics can be rather overrated. Just having the ball isn't enough. It's where you have it, and what you do with it that counts. Leicester won the league with ordinary possession numbers. Spain made pass after pass after pass against Russia in the World Cup last summer, and lost. Sometimes, however, the numbers are too compelling to be avoided. So here goes. At the time when David Silva scored Manchester City's opening goal, in the 12th minute of the game, Manchester United had made 11 passes, of which just 5 had been successful. Drink that in for a moment. Those are not statistics from a Manchester derby. Not a conventional one. They are not, to be fair, the numbers from a meeting of elites either.A cup match, Premier League versus 4th or 5th tier maybe. If Manchester City end up playing Stockport in the FA Cup third round, say, those are the figures one might expect to read. Yet this was Manchester United, a club that once scoffed at the very idea City could ever be their equals. So however close the game became at times, however much Jose Mourinho's team got back on track, those first 12 minutes were astonishing. It is very hard to win a game when so thoroughly starved of the ball. At various times, City were operating with 91% possession, and it does not take a mathematical genius to question United in those circumstances. They couldn't get out of their half, they couldn't place pressure on City's goal. Sometimes rope-a-dope can be a viable tactic. Let an opponent tire, and take advantage.Except City didn't really tire. They lost their way a little in the first half, recklessly allowed United a glimmer of hope in the second, but the scoreline was vindication of their superiority. They could have had more, were it not for a horrid Leroy Sane finish with players over, and a quite brilliant tackle by Ashley Young to deny Sane again went through on goal. Manchester United had pulled off a counter-attacking smash and grab in Turin on Wednesday, but they were never close to one here. There was always the feeling that if they had drawn level, City had extra in reserve. Their third goal, scored by substitute Ilkay Gundogan, was the result of a seemingly endless passing move, the length of a 1970s concept album but with greater purpose. It encapsulated the difference in these teams. United haven't got that ambition in them, even if they had the personnel. Whisper it, but they missed Paul Pogba, who plays a key role in the transition phase. Romelu Lukaku didn't start, either, but when he came on won a penalty in less than a minute. Back to the 12th minute, though, for that was when City seized a lead that was never relinquished. Had it not been a goal, it would have been a penalty. Raheem Sterling sent a deep cross from the left, which was picked up by Bernardo Silva at the far post. He cut it back, at which point Chris Smalling took out Sergio Aguero in the middle, a move that would have seen a less experienced official blow early. Instead, Anthony Taylor assessed the situation perfectly, saw the advantageous position City were in and allowed play to continue. David Silva brought the ball under control and rifled it past David De Gea. It wasn't just what City deserved, it was pretty much inevitable, given how much of the ball they were seeing. The only surprise was that City did not capitalize on their superiority. They petered out, really. Still in control but without putting United away. They lost their way in a rounded possession for its own sake and stopped utilizing their three magnificent Silvas, David, Bernardo, and Aguero, now silver-haired, not old age, and more recognizable than ever. When Aguero finally left the field after 75 minutes, Pep Guardiola clasped both hands around each side of his face, leaned in, so their foreheads touched, and jabbered excitedly, nose to nose. Love? Thanks? The tactical explanation for why he was being withdrawn? Maybe it will turn up on Amazon Prime one day. For now, what matters is that Aguero, once again, made the difference in a Manchester derby. He has more goals in it than any player from either side in the Premier League era, and Sunday's was a beauty. It came 2 minutes after half-time, disrupting Mourinho's best-laid plans to absorb City's pressure and undo them on the counter-attack. He might even have got away with it, too, were it not for Aguero's sure finishing, giving City the cushion they needed, and deserved, to get them safely over the line without too much drama. The goal sprang from an error in the heart of Manchester United's midfield, Jesse Lingard losing the ball, to allow a break. Aguero played a lovely 1-2 with Riyad Mahrez and then fired a shot so powerful and accurate David De Gea did not get a chance to move. Some blamed him, but that seemed harsh. What chance did he have? Manchester City's goalkeeper, Ederson, however, was certainly responsible for the error that almost allowed United back. Lukaku, freshly introduced, picked up a through pass and was clumsily taken out by City's goalkeeper, the second consecutive league match he has been guilty of the offence. Referee Taylor pointed to the spot, and with Pogba missing, and missed, it must be said, Anthony Martial stepped up to convert with minimal fuss. It was his 6th league goal in 5 matches. Tony Martial scores again is no longer an empty boast. And then, the final flourish, a 44-pass move involving every outfield Manchester City player that culminated in a pass from Bernardo Silva to Gundogan, finished smartly to give City the margin of victory this performance merited. Guardiola maintained his record of never having lost back-to-back league matches against any opponent in his managerial career, and City returned to the top of the table, 2 points clear of Liverpool and 12 points ahead of the Manchester United.